So here's our 2015 GMC Yukon Denali XL. This truck is completely fully loaded, every option you can possibly get on a GMC Yukon Denali. 6.2 liter V8 engine. It's got the 8-speed automatic transmission. Now this truck actually came to us from Arizona. Currently has an Arizona title. And the parts that were damaged on this truck does have a salvage title. We replaced the front bumper cover, headlights, and grille. Absolutely none of the fenders, hood, radiator core support, or any of the cooling was touched in any way, shape, or form. They weren't painted or adjusted or anything. So there was none of the sheet metal on the front of the vehicle that was replaced at all or painted. None of the doors were touched whatsoever. On the rear of the vehicle, I guess I can tell you right here, there's a little bit of a dinger. That's the only thing I've noticed on the entire vehicle. The rear bumper cover had to be replaced, and then the rear hatch. What I believe kind of happened was this Yukon was sitting at a stop sign, stoplight or something, and a car came along, hit the rear of it, and pushed it forward into the next car up in front. Like I say, there was absolutely no frame damage or anything like that up in front. Up here under the hood, it's all nice and clean. 15,000 miles on this rig. Of course, the hood shuts perfect. Does have the front and rear backup sensors. Yeah, our power running boards. You have to have the key fob for this function to work, I believe. But if the key fob's in your pocket, you wave your foot underneath here and the power rear liftgate will open up. Unfortunately, the key fob's inside. Looking here, we've got storage under the back area, little dividers as well. Of course, these buttons here will flip the third row and the second row seats forward. Again, power running board. Here we do have our rear DVD. Of course, rear heated seats. And we do have the headphones. Here's one here. Then we have another headphone here, and then there's two remotes for the rear DVD. There might even be three, actually. One's up here, one's down there. Now, looking here, we do have memory seats. Of course, it's got power windows and locks. Getting inside, here we've got your, of course, all your headlight controls, 2 high automatic, 4 high, 4 low, trailer brakes. Here's your, I believe, traction control, your parking assist sensors, your blind spot alert, lane departure, adjustable foot pedals, and then these controls here are all for the heads-up display. So if you look here, you can see the heads-up display option pops up on the windshield. Now I will actually go ahead and shut it off. I'll open up my door here. Just let her kind of cool down. Heated steering wheel, collision alert. All of our options there. Current miles is 15,424. Do a fresh start. And you can see that all the lights go out. Just the one is the one here for the seat belt, telling me to put my seat belt on. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Moonroof. In the glove box, we do not have an owner's manual. Here's some USB controls here, power outlet. We've got key for it. This here is a cell phone charging station. You can just, if you have a compatible phone, you can set your phone on here without plugging it in, and it'll automatically charge your cell phone. It's kind of a neat little feature there. Of course, we got some more USB ports, your SD drive. Another neat little feature here that I like. Of course, here's all your audio, phone, navigation, Pandora. Of course, your text messages. So we got a secret little hiding spot here behind the radio screen. Put money, your iPod, whatever you want in there. Not too many people know that exists. Does have heated and cooled seats. And of course, we've got controls here on the back side of the steering wheel for your radio. I believe I counted I think 118 buttons you can control here from the driver's seat. So there is quite a few buttons everywhere. Takes a little while to get used to it. Now this vehicle here, we actually just took this here on vacation last week. We drove it all the way from Minnesota out to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Put almost 3,000 miles on it round trip. Never had a lick of problems with it all the way out there, all the way back. No check engine lights or anything like that. There was really no major damage to this truck whatsoever. You can say it was front and rear bumper cover, and the rear hatch was replaced. Rear hatch could have been repaired, but they were actually really weren't that expensive. So it was going to cost the same as much to replace as it was repair. So we ended up just replacing. It is push button start. Another feature this one has that not all Denalis have, this one actually has adaptive cruise control. Now, right now I set the cruise 64 mile an hour. Say we come up to a car that's only doing 60, normally you either have to shut your cruise off, hit the brakes, down your cruise. You don't have to do that with this vehicle at all. You come up behind a vehicle that's actually going slower, this vehicle will actually lock onto the car in front of you and match its speed. So you don't need to adjust it. And when, you know, say you follow that car for 5 miles and that car finally turns, when that car turns away after doing 60 miles an hour, it'll speed you back up to 64. So when you look here at your heads up display, you can see the green, the green 64. That means that's what the cruise is set to, and the 63 is our live speed, what we're actually going at. You can also see it right here on your dash as well. Now you can adjust the gap between you and the car that's in front of you, so you can have it be a long gap. That's kind of the way I liked it on our road trip, was keep the vehicle far away from you. You know, it will, if the vehicle in front of you is going 60 and all of a sudden they slam on their brakes, this Denali will hit its brakes too, and it'll match their speed right down to 0 mile an hour. Of course, if they slam on their brakes, you know, the Denali dings and flashes lights at you, letting you know that something serious is going on. So that way you don't easily rear end the guy that's in front of you, obviously, unless you've been kind of hit in the rear. Now, I'm going to take my seatbelt off. There's one couple of things here I wanted to point out on the back of the vehicle that I actually forgot to point out in our walk around. On the rear of the vehicle, of course, this step pad, apologize, it's a little dirty right now, but there's a couple little scratches on the step pad. A little mark here on the chrome. Another little mark here on the chrome. Not really a big deal, but they are there. Of course, you can kind of see it here now that it's getting a little darker out. There is a, right here, it's a lighted running board. So it does light up on the underneath the vehicle itself. It does also have variable valve timing. What that actually does, when you're cruising down the road, here, I'll show you when we get to a spot. Let me set the cruise to say 56. If you look here, you can see this light right there. Right now it's gray, it says V8 mode. Right now we're running on 8 cylinders. And now it's green. And the green actually means we're running on 4 cylinders right now, V4. So the 4-cylinder mode, of course, that's going to save you your fuel economy, give you better fuel mileage. I believe all the 6.2 GMCs have that, but it's another nice little feature that this one does have. My battery's running out here, so unfortunately I have to cut our test drive a little bit short. Again, it's got heated steering wheel. I'm not sure I pointed that feature out to you. So that's going to conclude our test drive for the day. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to email us. Thank you very much, and have yourself a great day. Show you actually here a little bit on the heads-up display. There's our tack. You can kind of adjust this however you'd like, different features, options. You can adjust the height of it up and down, and you can adjust the dimness of it as well. So it can be dimmer, shut it off completely, or bring it back. So that'll be all today. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day.